fam, this is the Potager podcast, and I'm coming to you from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm outside today in my garden. It's very early spring, so obviously it's not as exciting as it normally is, but you can see a couple little sprouts there, and there's some little sprouties here. Look, oh look, green. There's strawberries planted in here too, so yeah, plants will be coming soon. Yeah, if you want to find me around the internet, I'm on Instagram as Potager Knits, and on Ravelry is Alrandrosamore. Both of those links will be down in the description, as well as anything else that I talk about today. First I wanted to talk about garden vlogs. So obviously I have not been garden vlogging much because I'm mostly being inside, and also there was a lot of uncertainty about whether the community garden is still going to be open. Understandably so. However, yesterday we did get news that the community garden will be opening, which means that I can plant plants still and I can grow food. So I'm very excited about that. It's nice because the plots are really big, so you can still maintain the proper distancing. Like I said, mine's a 30-foot by 60-foot plot, so I'm not going to be near anybody, and I can grow a bunch of food, and that'll be a great way to be getting out of the house and getting some, fresh air. So we're basically still waiting at this point for someone to till our plots. There's a guy who comes and tills the whole space, and then I can move in and start working on it. So I'm excited about that. I dropped something and someone is driving past. Let's go into FOs. Stay hydrated. Oh, and if you're wondering why I look like this today, because usually I at least try to take a shower and stuff, but I obviously did not this morning. I look like I'm still in my pajamas, which I do wear this shirt as pajamas sometimes. I have been doing yoga every morning, so I put my hair back and I put a shirt on, and I was like, you know what, this is real, this is what I look like right now. I'm not gonna go take a shower just to refilm a podcast that I filmed yesterday. Which I did film yesterday, but I was really tired, I hadn't had a lot of caffeine, and I was not in a super great mood, so this one's better. I feel much better today. So, FOs. I'll actually just talk about this one first. You see it? I'm gonna take it off and you're just gonna have to deal with my hair. Yeah, hot. Sweaty hair. So I made a calorimetry. I don't know how to pronounce it. This pattern was released in 2006, and I did try to make one back then, and I did really bad. I made some modifications this time based on other people's projects that I saw. I only cast on 100 stitches. This is with, I'm getting myself all like, in a tizzy. Too much information. One at a time. I cast on 100 stitches instead of 120, and I did fewer repeats of the short rows, so it's a little bit smaller. I could probably even do a couple less, and it would still be like a good size for what I need, and I definitely want to make more of these because I like to wear headbands around the house, especially when my hair's at this kind of like weird awkward length, and I kind of just like to keep it out of my face. But yeah, I use this cute little button. I think I got this with a Darn Good Yarn box. It's a little sheep, so that's keeping this shut. Yeah, it's been nice. I finished this the other day. It's a nice quick project if you need something like instant gratification. Yeah, it's nice. It stays on my head really well. I'm glad that I made it smaller because if it was longer, it wouldn't fit around my head as well. I want it to be snug so that it can just like keep my hair out of my eyes, but yeah, I like it. It's been working pretty well. Oh my god, my hair is so wild. Okay. Spinning. So I did a bit of a spinning experiment. So I have been trying to finish spinning this for a while. This is Crafticorn roving, Craftisock, in Neon Galaxy. And I bought this a while ago because I wanted to try it out. It was one of the earlier, like, pretty rovings that I purchased for myself so that I could do something more than just spinning with, like, plain sheep's wool, which is good because I needed to do something like that. So let me try to get these in order of what I did with them. I think this is it. No. This is it. This is it. Yeah. So I have the same roving spun 4 ways, because what happened was I had gotten through about half of it spinning a single on my drop spindle and realized that, like, I was never going to finish spinning it just because, like, I love it so much, but spinning on the drop spindle does take a long time, and when you have, like, 4 ounces, it's a lot. And at the same time, I got my electric Eel Wheel Nano, so I was like, I really love this fiber. Why don't I do it justice by spinning it on my Eel Wheel so that I can test out my Eel Wheel with something that I actually am excited about spinning with. So what happened was, first I took my original 1-ply from my big old drop spindle. I have this really big one. Let me show you. Really big drop spindle. I had it almost all the way full. And what I was doing as I was learning was I would take that single and wind it on my ball winder and then pull both ends and ply it together like that. So that's what I did here. So that's a 2-ply on the drop spindle, if you can see that. I don't know if it's focusing very well. I can't see right because of how bright it is. And then I got partially through it and realized that it just, like, it was getting too tangled because I overspun it more than I usually do with fiber. So it was just getting all tangled up and twisted up, and I was getting frustrated. So I was like, you know what? Let's do another chain ply. And I am absolutely falling in love with chain ply. I just love how it looks. Like, here's a 2-ply and chain ply, both on a drop spindle. You can see the difference. Like, this looks so good. So I think I'm definitely becoming a chain ply convert. I want to do this to all of my fiber because you don't have to worry about getting tangled up. I made myself a makeshift Lazy Susan. So when I'm doing it from bobbins from my Eel Wheel, I don't even have to, like, mess with it. I can just do it right off the bobbin. Yeah, so those. And then I took the other fiber that I had left over that I hadn't spun into a single yet. I split it in half the best I could by weight because I do have a kitchen scale. And I did this 2-ply, which is nice. So this was the first 2-ply that I did on my Eel Wheel. Definitely still learning how to manage that, but like I said, I made myself a little makeshift Lazy Susan. It worked out really well. And then I attempted with the very, very last bit, because one of the bobbins had more than the other when I was doing that 2-ply, I did a chain ply, or attempted a chain ply, on the Eel Wheel. That didn't work out as well. So I think my sweet spot combination will be spinning singles on the Eel Wheel and then chain plying them by hand with my drop spindle. Because I feel like chain plying is probably easier when you're doing, like, a regular, like, manual wheel because you can control the spin. But with the Eel Wheel, even at the slowest speed, I could not keep up with it. I need to stop. I'm like, I will pull my loop through and then I stop, reset, spin, pull a loop through. Like, doing it on the drop spindle just works better for me. So yeah, out of all of them, my favorite is the drop spindle 3-ply chain ply. And yeah, really need to start figuring out what projects to do with all this hand spun because I am now amassing quite a bit of it and I want to use it. I don't want it to just sit around. I don't mind keeping some of them sitting around just so that I can be like, look, I made this, but, like, the whole point is making yarn. I want to knit with it. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it, but this is what I have so far for this one. Oh, by the way, just going back for this was hand spun that I was gifted from a local place called Woodwool Stone, Kinked and Twisted. I still have a decent amount of it left, so I'll have to figure out something else, or maybe I'll just make a bunch of these and give them as gifts. That would be nice. I feel like other people would like to have some of these because it's a really nice basic headband. Next, so I know I had been talking about how I wasn't really planning on casting on a bunch of projects, and then I did anyway, but honestly, because of everything that's going on, I just kind of want to knit whatever I want to knit, so, like, obviously, this didn't take up that much of my time. I'm not on that much of a time crunch with the test knit that I'm doing, so I'm just gonna do what I want. So this was kind of a spur-of-the-moment project, and I need to hammer a nail into the wall so that I can actually put this up and also possibly make a new thing to hang it up with. But anyway, I made this cool pin banner. So I have started collecting enamel pins. I've gotten some as gifts, like SpongeBob ones, this fun mermaid Pikachu, all kinds of weird stuff. Since I've been starting to collect them, I've been putting them on either my work backpack or canvas bag, and it just gets heavy when you put a lot on. So this is gonna hang on my gallery wall behind where I sit when it's rainy or not warm outside, in my little craft area, and I can keep collecting pins then. Actually have one coming in the mail soon. Yeah, so this yarn that I used is Shadowberry Farm. It's alpaca, it's local. Another one that I got as a gift. So it's this nice like peachy orange color, and I think it looks really nice. It's a nice little pop of color, and my pins look really nice on it. So that was a really quick crochet project. I used a stick that I found outside that I scraped all the bark off of, and yeah, fun little quick project to work on. I've been trying to find some little like instant gratification projects so that I don't get bored. And I still have a lot of that left too, so I can do something else. This is DK weight, by the way, which is not something that I have a lot of. I've never really been a huge DK weight fan, but now it seems like a lot of people are doing sweaters and stuff out of DK weight, so I guess maybe I'm gonna have to jump on that. And then my last FO is my hard rime hat. So this is for the hard rime hat knit along. I decided to jump in on that even though I wasn't planning on casting other things on. And I finished this and I am really happy with the fit. I'm always concerned when I'm knitting hats for the first time, like from a new designer, that it's not gonna fit my head. I don't know. I've had some bad experiences, but this, like, I'm just gonna put it on over my headband to show you. Look. Aww. It fits really well. I didn't block it with a plate, like the suggestion, because I didn't really want to wear it like a beret. But it works really nice as a slouchy hat. There's just enough room in there to make it a slouchy hat. I love the top. Look at the top. So the yarns that I used, the gray is QJH Cashmere. It was a gift from Christmas a couple years ago from my dad. He started ordering yarn on AliExpress at Christmas to give to me, so I've been getting some interesting things. And then the rainbow, I actually used some of this last year to make a pair of socks. It is the Chromodynamic Schrodinger sock in the Pride colorway, so it is a rainbow and it is also a sparkly base. So I have made a sparkly rainbow cloud hat and I love it and I can't wait to wear it out. So that's all of my finished objects. Now I'm like questioning whether I said whips or finished objects at the beginning of this, but it's fine. You know what I mean. Oh, look, the sun's coming out more. Hydration break. So before I get into my actual like active whips, I just kind of wanted to do some honorable mentions. So these are things that I haven't really worked a ton on, but I just kind of wanted to talk about things that I've been working on in general. First, my Rift Tee. I'm not even going to pull that thing out. I have it here, but I've done zero work on that. I do plan on working on that more now that I've gotten some of this energy out of finishing these little projects, but yeah, I just haven't felt motivated to work on that much this week. But that'll be some good straight knitting to do while I'm watching TV and stuff this weekend, probably. I also started some spinning experiments. First, I've been working on my nano, more of this purple fiber. This was some of the first fiber that I spun. I had already finished one little bobbin of it, and I started another one. There's still a decent amount of this stuff left. I have a bunch of these little, like, balls. So I plan on doing the same thing. I'm just going to spin all the singles on my eel wheel, and then I'm going to ply with that really big drop spindle, do a 3-ply, chain ply with them so that I can have a cool springy, like, lavender, tonal, pretty, yeah. You know what I'm saying. And then I also picked up this bag of Angora that I got in a D-stash, and I started trying to work with it. It is really hard to work with. There's also some other mixed fibers in it, so yeah, I only got a little bit through it, but it's not I've never really worked with just like clumps of fiber before, so it takes a little getting used to. I'm used to just having some nice, braids, and I split it into pieces, but this is just balls and clumps of Angora. So, I don't know. I wanted to do it as a little experiment. I hadn't really done much spinning on my drop spindle for a while, so I got a new drop spindle, wanted to try it out, wanted to play with this fiber, so that's something I'll be picking up a little bit more this weekend, I think. Just a little bit more. Alright, let's move on to like the actual things I've been working on. So first there's this. So as you can see, it is a clump. This is my pile of sweater parts. So I'm still working on the writer's block. I'm still working on the writer's block cardigan. This is a test knit that I'm doing for the 57-inch bust version, which is about a 7-inch positive ease for me, which is kind of like good. I did realize that my gauge was off, and I've already done the front pieces and the back. And it was fine when I started, but something happened, and it has loosened. So, I did do some calculations, and honestly, when I'm holding this up, I'm realizing that it's kind of for the best because the length wasn't adjusted for the larger sizes, and I wanted this to be kind of a big, long, cushy thing. And if it had been the original length, I don't think it would have been long enough for, like, what I was kind of hoping it was going to be, so whatever. My gauge was a little off. I did have to rip out my sleeves, and I'm going to be knitting the smaller version of the sleeves, because the sleeve was, like, down to my boob, which was not going to work. But all in all, this is a really fun pattern to knit. I've been, going through making sure that all the numbers are right, some test knitting, and it will be fine. I think I still have valuable input, even though I messed up a little bit. I guess maybe I should have checked my gauge again once I started. Whoops. But yeah, I really want to finish this, because it's like, right now I wish I had a sweater on, and this would be the perfect sweater to have on right now, because it's it's not too heavy because it's acrylic yarn, and it, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just very calming. I hear birds, and I have this touching my face, and there's also someone yelling in the background. Anyway, gonna put that to the side. So I'm gonna recast on the first sleeve again tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to actually make some progress on it and finish this sweater. What's next? Dun, dun, dun. So I have worked a teeny bit on my Northeasterly blanket. And normally with this little progress I wouldn't show it, but it's kind of exciting what I have done. So right here, you can see this little section that I did. That's with my hand-dyed yarn. I love it so much. It looks so cool. Look at that. So I think I showed when I had finished this stuff in one of my podcasts, I think two podcasts ago maybe I showed this. I just experimented with some minis, so now I'm integrating them into my Northeasterly blanket. And I had not been working on this, and it's really sad because I really love this blanket and I really want to finish it this year. But I think I had set it aside because I was like, I need to finish all these projects. I need to get this product done and this product done and this product done. But Northeasterly is such a good calm thing. It's very mindless. Once you memorize the basic stitch pattern, you can just keep going. And that's what I want to do. I just want to keep going. So yeah, I'm going to keep working on this more. I have so much yarn to put into it. And then, little side note, I signed up for something. I've been trying not to overspend on fibery things because I have plenty of yarn to get me through, don't get me wrong. But when I saw this yesterday, I had to jump on it. So Pip and Pin is doing a minis, indie dyed minis swap. So basically you send in a skein. You can sign up for as many. I think you can sign up for multiple skeins. I did too. You can sign up, you send in an indie dyed skein of yarn, and you get, for each skein of yarn you send in, you get 5 minis back. So she basically breaks up these full skeins of yarn and sends you more back. So I picked 2 out of my stash that I've had for a while. I think this might have been a fiber share one, which like I feel a little bit bad about, but it just, I have tried to make this work with so many projects and it hasn't, and I love it so much, but I think it'd be even cooler to share it with other people as a mini skein. And then this one is Neighborhood Fiber Co. Love it. I tried to knit some socks with it last fall, and I think it's just that I'm not as into the bright warm colors as I thought I was last year. So instead of them just sitting in my stash and languishing and me not using them forever, I'd rather pass them on to other people, and then I will be getting 10 mini skeins back, and those will be going into my Northeasterly. So and it's 10 20 gram mini skeins. So yeah, I'm sending these back. I'm sending these, and then you also can say, hey, these are my preferences of colors. So I said mostly like darker colors, jewel tones, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see what I end up getting back. I'm gonna send those in as soon as I can schedule a pickup for USPS, so that I don't have to go to the post office. Then I have one more work in progress. So this bag, first of all, so Kat, who goes by MarshmallowWitch, she makes really cute bags. They're these little guys that kind of go like this, and then you can hang it over your wrist and walk while you're knitting. I keep telling myself I'm gonna go for a walk, but I don't think I'm gonna go for a walk today because I'm gonna edit this podcast. But once we start going for walks, this will be perfect. I requested a bag with bees on it, and she found some bee fabric and made me a custom bag. So I am so excited about this. Go check out her bag. She also has really cute stitch markers. I don't have mine out here right now, but she has the like rubber chicken stitch markers and stuff, and it makes me so happy. But yeah. So I started a sock, well, 2 socks. So I had picked up that Earth Yarns unique sock. It's 2 cakes of the same colorway, and then yeah, you have 2 identical-ish socks. So I wanted to do another pair of 2 at a time socks. These are cuff down 2 at a time socks. It's Knitting X-Fact's pattern. Not so much a pattern as it's like guidelines on how to do socks 2 at a time, but it does pretty much tell you how to do it. So yeah, I got this far so far. I made this stitch marker, and yeah, I like the colors. I like that they're a little bit tonal. Yeah, I ordered myself more self-striping yarn yesterday too, so I can make more stripy socks. But yeah, these are gonna be fun. They're good mindless knitting. So I have a couple small mindless projects to work on right now. And then my big, well, I guess that's the only one. But the Northeasterly is technically mindless. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's all that I'm working on right now. It's not as much, I guess, as I thought it was. Like, it feels bigger, and I think it's just because I am knitting a blanket and a sweater at the same time. Yeah. But I'm just gonna keep chipping away at them. I have all the time in the world right now. Let me pull out my Northeasterly. I think I'm going to work on that a little bit while I am talking. So, where's my other needle? There it is. So, yeah, like I said, I haven't really been ordering a ton of stuff just because, first of all, I don't want to put a ton of strain on the Postal Service when they're trying to send medical equipment out in places, but also it's my only way of getting stuff right now. I'm not really going to stores. But I went to a couple places and ordered some things. I ordered the Stitch Party stay-at-home box, so it's like yarn and tea and stuff. I thought that looked really cool. And also the proceeds went to their food pantry, I believe, or they were making boxes themselves to distribute food. Very important. I have seeds coming in the mail today, which is exciting. I ordered them before I realized that the garden was actually going to be open. It was very wishful thinking, so I'm glad that the garden is actually going to be open, because otherwise I just have more seeds that I wouldn't be able to plant anywhere. What else? I just got an order from Amazon yesterday. I ordered a garden cart so that I can transport a lot of stuff, and also a tray because I'm planning on dyeing some yarn. So that was something that I wanted to talk about. So I have 4 sweater quantities worth of yarn, I think, plus some minis that I just kind of have had stashed away for a while because I've been wanting to experiment with dyes, and I have all the dyes and stuff. But I haven't really been working on it. It hasn't been a top priority. And it's still not really a top priority, but because I have all of this time, I'm trying to kind of vary the projects that I'm working on so I don't get bored. So there are a couple different sweaters that I've wanted to knit. I think I have a marled, like gray and white marled base that I think I'm going to try to dye like pink, like dusty pink or purple. And then do the Wool and Honey sweater by Andrew Mowry. I have plans for a Bojagi shawl. I kind of want to use this color that I'm knitting with now. Like, I kind of want to dye that up for the one color and then do something lighter for the other color. I think that would be really cool. And then so I would have to order DK weight yarn to dye, or maybe, I don't know. If anyone has any suggestions for not too expensive DK weight yarn, I could use them, because once again, I'm not like a big DK weight yarn person. But I really want to knit the, why can I never remember what it's called? The Swancho. That Swancho? The Witching, is it called like the Witching Hour Swancho? It's the one that has like the Plague Doctor mask, like skull, bird skull kind of thing. That one. I want to make one of those. Like, that is my style to a T, but I don't have DK weight yarn. So yeah, if anyone has any recommendations for DK weight yarn that's either for low price DK weight yarn, I could use that. Otherwise, I might just order a pack or 2 of DK and dye it myself and try to figure that out. I'm just worried about like for shawls and stuff, or like doing just like one color. I'm not that worried about doing it okay, if that makes sense. But for something where it's 2 colors, I'm really concerned about not being able to dye something that's gonna look okay together. So, you know. But those are some things that I want to make. I kind of have a list. I've been keeping a list of projects that I want to do like around the house. I'm just kind of tackling things little by little, and just like things that I've always wanted to do that I've been putting off because I didn't have time, because now I don't feel like I have as many excuses, and I have the energy and the capacity to do it because I'm not using up a lot of energy trying to like go out and do things. Because even if I really like going out and doing something, like, it still takes up a lot of energy for me. I am an introvert with really bad anxiety. So yeah, tackling projects. So like I've been doing yoga every morning, which isn't something that I've done for a long time. When I was younger, I used to do it all the time, but since I've been an adult, I haven't really been doing that much. But it's been really nice to like get up and stretch and do something that feels good to me. I've been drinking a lot more of my tea. I reorganized my tea. I reorganized part of my yarn stash. I have a pile of mending that I want to work through. I started a sourdough starter. I think I might bake some banana bread today because I have some bananas that are going bad. But that kind of stuff where I might have just left it because, oh, well, I have a bunch of stuff that I need to do this weekend. Well, this is all the stuff that I have right now, so just kind of ticking boxes off. And I can't say that every day I've been the most productive, but that's okay. I'm not expecting to be like Superwoman or anything like that. I'm just trying to do things that make me feel good. I've also been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, which I've never been a big Animal Crossing fan. I mean, I think I played the one on the Wii like 2 times and I just didn't get it, so I stopped playing it. That was like back in high school. And then I played Pocket Camp when it came out because I was looking for a new mobile game, because for a while I always liked to have like a good mobile game to check in on every day, and that was a good one, and I had a lot of friends playing it. So yeah, I originally wasn't like buying into the hype of the whole thing, Animal Crossing thing, because it just wasn't a game series that I had been super into. But then when all of this happened and like we're supposed to stay at home, I was like, you know what, that kind of sounds nice though, because it's not a game where you are like jumping into things and aggressively need to do anything. It's more of a, you check on it every day, chip away at things. I know a lot of people are like doing like the time travel hacks and stuff, but that's not why I wanted it. I wanted it as something that I can go to every day, chop down some trees, you know, pay off my debt. It's hilarious. It's like a debt payment simulator. But yeah, and like this weekend, I think my dad and I are going to play together. And I've seen a lot of things about people playing together, and I just think that's really cool. So yeah, I've been enjoying doing the Animal Crossing. Other stuff that I want to do. So since I'm not trying to like buy a lot of materials right now, I'm not going to get the stuff for the witching hour sweater right now. I also want to do some more sewing, but I want to work through the sewing projects that I have already here before I start buying more stuff. And that's a legitimate thing that I have been focusing on, because I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, so I can't hoard craft supplies. You know, I already have a lot of projects here to work on. I don't need to buy a bunch of projects to work on. And I really can't, because if I do, I'm not gonna have room to live. I'm not trying to crowd our house with craft supplies. So I'm holding off, but I do want to do like a couple dress number ones, because I've been knitting more tops, and I kind of like the look of like people have been you know, the wear the dress underneath the sweater kind of thing. That appeals to me, and I want nice basic outfits that I've made myself that I can wear. So yeah, dress number one, I want to make a couple of those, and I'm kind of looking for a size inclusive jersey dress pattern, because we wear jersey dresses a lot. Like, I am a jersey dress and a cardigan kind of girl when I feel like wearing a dress. So if I can find a good pattern for that, I'd like to make a few like basic jersey dresses that are like well fitting. So that's what I'm looking out for. I did find a jersey dress pattern, but unfortunately it's not size inclusive even up to my bust size. And I'm usually like the very, very top range of patterns, but yeah, unfortunately can't do that one. So I was kind of bummed, because it was exactly what I was looking for if it had fit me. Yeah. So other than that, yeah, I've just been trying to keep myself busy, and I've kind of taken this opportunity to get myself into a routine. So like I said, I've been doing yoga every morning, drinking tea. My days have gotten a little bit weird, which is what has allowed me to do this. My job has moved to all work from home, and therefore I have to work at night because of just the system not being prepared for everyone to be working at home at the same time. So it's kind of changed how my day is. So instead of kind of just shoving all my work into the beginning of the day, I kind of have to like sit back and relax in the morning, and then at night is when I work. So yeah, it's given me the opportunity to cook a lot more of my meals, and do yoga again, and yeah, it's kind of, honestly, it hasn't been that bad, and I'm thankful for that, because I think I'd be having a lot harder time if I wasn't doing as well with the work from home at night. But I don't know. It also, I think, has helped. So my wife is also working from home, but she's working during the day. So we're still kind of seeing each other the same amount. Like, she'll come and sit with me while I'm working at night. But like during the day, I'm sitting out in the living room doing whatever I want to do, and she's still in the bedroom, which is where our little office setup is. So yeah, it's not like, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, I'm getting sick of being around them all the time. I'm like, yeah, we're kind of like doing okay because we're seeing each other the same amount. It's been fine. Yeah. So just kind of keep it on. I don't think I really have anything else to talk about right now. I got a little bit more done of my Northeasterly. Yeah, so this weekend I think it's gonna be a lot of just trying to figure out how this works, you know, trying to figure out what to do with our time during the weekend now that there's not really a lot of events to go to or anything. A lot of my like seed sale and like plant sales have been canceled that I was planning on going to get plants for my garden, but I'm starting a lot of stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping to start some more plants this weekend and shuffle some things around and do a lot of knitting and spinning, and yeah. So I'm gonna try to keep to the every other week plan that I had been trying to keep to before, now that I'm like back in the swing of things with podcasting. So expect another knitting podcast in about 2 weeks, and then I don't know when the next gardening podcast or gardening vlog will be out. I have some footage, but like I said, it's not really that exciting. It's not enough to do a whole podcast with, or a whole episode with. Basically at this point, because we are opening, or because the garden is going to be opened, we're basically, oh my gosh, I have hiccups. Basically just waiting for the, the hiccups are so bad. We're waiting for it to be dry enough outside that the land